Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Camila aka CamiSimming and welcome to this new speed build. As you can see, we are renovating the Goths house today, and it's not actually a renovation because I basically just rebuilt the entire thing. I of course got rid of the third floor where Alexander's bedroom usually is, and I also changed the lot because I thought this lot was too small for a house like this big, so I moved it to the neighboring lot, I think, which is a 40 by 30, so it's a little bit bigger, not too much, but like a little bit, just so that I could fit a decent sized backyard and a nice sized house. And I also like changed the style of the exterior and of the interior basically like very radically because I don't know, I think their house was a bit too base game, if you know what I mean, like, and it was a bit like old-ish and something that needed like a sort of fresh start, and so I basically turned it into a very modern kind of a house. Initially I was going for a very like simple color scheme, black and white, nothing too special, but then I figured that at least I had to at least incorporate a little bit of red in the house, just as an old, I don't know how you say it, like has a reference to Bella's favorite color. And so yeah, you see that from a certain point onwards I will just like add numerous red details, such as the curtains or a specific wallpaper or something else. And you see that I used basically just the Moschino windows. I think I only used those. I also used some windows on the interior to make some doors look more interesting, but that's another story. Oh, and also like the snow escape windows were very like fitting for the kind of house that I was going for. This house ends up having 3 bedrooms, 3/4 bathrooms, like 3.5 bathrooms, but one of the bathrooms is for the butler because yeah, we have a mini apartment for the butler, and we have a garage and an office upstairs for like a study area for Mortimer because he's a writer, and so I wanted to include like a kind of luxurious office there on the on the second floor. And yeah, and you will see that there's also kind of a loft landing area because it looks down to the entryway where those huge windows from Moschino are. And so yeah, I thought that was a pretty nice touch. And now you can see I'm still working on the shape, on the windows, on the wallpaper. It was a very long process. It took me ages to finish only like the exterior shape. So yeah, that's why it's gonna be kind of long video. So yeah, I'm sorry if it's not your jam, your kind of video, I'm sorry, but this house was very important to me because it's gonna be in my save file, so I wanted to get it right, to get it how I wanted it to be. And yeah, I wanted to give the Goths like a nice fresh start. And yeah, because I also like did a makeover of them, and you can find them on the gallery. I also did a video back like some months ago of the makeover I gave them. I didn't actually alter their features, like I didn't mess up with their face, their body shapes or anything. I just gave them some new haircuts, new outfits, and I think they look stunning. And also in the outfits you could see that they are a bit more on the updated side, like they are a bit more contemporary. They are not so like elegant like Mortimer. He has a bit more of a contemporary look. Also Bella has like a very kind of super mom, super businesswoman look, and not like that very short dress that I kind of liked, but I didn't think it suited her anymore, like for what I was going for, so I changed her. But the most amazing transformation was the one of Cassandra because she looks like amazing. And I know that I did the makeover, so I could be like a bit biased, but yeah, I really think that she was the best one, like the the best makeover I've ever done. And yeah, I'll say it again, I didn't alter her features. Like, she is a very cute girl, a very cute sim. I just think that the base game, like her ordinary look, didn't give her justice, or didn't make her justice, I don't know. Because yeah, I just changed her hair, I changed her glasses, I changed her low-waisted skirt and her low-waisted everything, and basically she turned into a very cool teen. And yeah, I'm so happy to have her in my save file. I thought that maybe she could be in a sort of kind of gloomy club, maybe with other teens who love writing or something like that. So maybe she is gonna follow her father's path, and I thought that was a very interesting thing, because yeah, it's something different. We have clubs with get-togethers, so I thought that for my save file I would like create a bunch of them, and I thought that this one could be good for her. And also Alexander's bedroom, it's not of course on the 3rd floor anymore, it's on the 2nd floor with all the other bedrooms. And the parents have an ensuite bathroom, which is very cute, very like luxurious. I played around with platforms a lot, and they also of course have some like laundry on the ground floor, but I think that the butler will take care of that. And yeah, I also, as I told you before, created a small apartment for the butler, and I think it turned out very cute. It's a bit tiny, the poor butler, like with this huge house you'd expect him or them to have like a nicer place to sleep. But yeah, not nicer, but at least bigger. That's like the room I had for them, so yeah, that's what I could work with, and you'll see how it turned out. I think it's pretty cute. It probably would be like a super cool tiny house, because it's small of course compared to the rest of the house, but it's still kind of a decent sized studio apartment. I think if it was on a 20 by 15 lot all by itself, it would be like a decent sized tiny house. And yeah, I also managed to play around with some new packs that I got recently, like Dine Out and Cold Kitchen, and I loved like every minute of this house. As I told you, it took me ages, and I'm not the type of builder who enjoys building too many big houses like in a short period of time. But I don't know, lately I've been enjoying it. I've been having so much fun like making over things for my save file. You'll see that if you also like go on my on the playlist in my channel, or in general on my channel, you'll see that lately I've been like working on my save file pretty consistently with Strangerville, especially. Like I did a bunch of lots for that world, and for a bunch I mean two, but they were like a lot of work, just the 2 of them. And now I'm doing like some classic townies houses makeovers, because on Friday you'll see the Caliente's house makeover, which I also changed the lot on which they live. Like, it was small, I wanted something bigger for them because they are such an iconic Sims 4 townie household. And yeah, I kind of regretted it, and you will find out why on Friday. And so yeah, I also wanted to like stream some of my builds. Like I wanted to build for my save file also with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing me creating my save file, maybe my thought process behind the builds that I create, you can come join us. I always have a link to my Twitch in the description down below, but yeah, I'm CamiSimming there too, of course. And so if you want to join us, you know where to find me. I plan on creating a sort of schedule, because now I don't have one, and I think it's not very it's a bit chaotic also for me, because I don't even know when I am streaming, which is not something ideal. And then yeah, nobody knows it. Like, you have such a short notice to know that I'm live, so I don't think it's ideal, because I have fun streaming when there's actually some people there. So I kind of have to work on it a bit more. But I think that I will be streaming like on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, for the following, like for the next weeks, to see if this schedule works for me. And I think the streams will be like at 8 p.m. Central European time. So yeah, now I gave you all these unrequested info, so yeah, you don't have an excuse, you have to go follow me there. We also are on our route to affiliate, so I'm pretty happy about that. I talked over a bunch of stuff that happened, like the kitchen, dining, the living room, I think also the entryway, so I'm sorry because that was interesting and I should have commented on it, but yeah, you saw what happened. Anyway, I hope in the like final version of this video the footage won't lag as much as it's doing now. So yeah, in case it does, I'm really sorry, and I hope it doesn't, but like knowing myself, my luck, and my bad luck actually, and the fact that everything technological that I own usually doesn't work properly, I could bet like a pizza on the fact that it will lag also in the final version, which is a real bummer because this build is huge and it's important to me, and it's important for me that it works just fine, and it probably won't, but that's just life. Anyway, I included also this like a half bathroom because I loved the trick that I did with the sink. I also play tested it to make sure it worked. In fact, I had to squeeze things a little bit more, and yeah, and I think that shortly we will be working on the butler suite and the garage, which are not something very like, they are just some interesting rooms and something maybe not so common to build that you like to have in a house. Especially I've been having fun with garages lately because I usually make them like actual garages, so with stuff in it, maybe not cars because it's like kind of pointless. I also wanted to put a car like outside, like in front of the garage, but then I kind of forgot about it. And yeah, this is the butler suite anyway, and it's very, as I told you, very cute, bit small but functional, and yeah, it's very red because I thought that Bella had a say on the furnishing, and maybe she actually took every decision on the butler space here. And he has conveniently the laundry nook right next to his apartment. And you'll see that in the garage I will put down some skill building items because yeah, as I was talking about like a second ago, I love creating garages because as like porches or balconies or basements, they function very well as like storage or as spaces that in which you can put all those strange, weird skill building items that you normally wouldn't know where to put, because like aside from easels, musical instruments and so on, there are things that like maybe how do you say it, the microscope or some other huge things like the juice freezer, for example, or the fabricator or whatever. They take up so much space and they are so huge and bulky and not something that you would actually see in a house. So if I have to put them somewhere, I usually will put them like in the garage or on porches or on balconies. And since we didn't have a lot of porch space or patio space, there's also just a couple of balconies in this house, I thought that I would put some of these items in the garage, also just like for fun. As you can see, it's kind of a fun room with a Don't Wake the Llama table, the football table, a couch to sit at and to sit on, to chat maybe. I also included a keyboard for Cassandra to practice her music, because there is a grand piano in the living room, but maybe she wants a place a bit more private to practice her music. I also gave her a bunch of guitars and violins in her bedroom so that it's clear that that's her room and that she's very into music. And of course, Alexander's bedroom was very like blue, yellow, very cheerful. The most cheerful bedroom in the house, I would say. It's not very like, I realized afterwards that I didn't decorate the walls a lot with posters or anything, but I placed just so much stuff that it didn't need that, and I was surprised because I usually use a bunch of posters on the walls to make kids' bedrooms look more cheerful or more, yeah, I think more kids like, I guess. But yeah, that's another story, and we will talk about it later when we actually are working on his bedroom. I'm working finally on the landscaping, which I like kind of pushed off for a bit because I wanted to feel like doing it, because I have to be in the right mindset to do that. It's a bit repetitive when I want kind of a tidier look, so I kind of choose a couple, 3-4 different kinds of plants, and I work just with them, so it's kind of a repetitive process. And now I was ready for it. So you see that I played with my usual cats and dogs bush with some island living stuff and a lot of debug plants and a bit of a tool mod, because I needed to make that landscaping area in the front where there's a kind of a slope there. I wanted to make it work, so I had to use the tool mod to lower some stuff. And you see that I will frame every landscaping area with some debug rocks, and I thought they looked pretty nice. I think a bit I think they looked kind of like older, maybe like something that you will see in a more goth-like house. So I thought it was perfect because I wanted to carry on a bit of that goth atmosphere like somewhere. Also with the red details and everything, the black in the house, but then on the outside it kind of was missing because I used a ton of colorful plants, very cheerful, a very cheerful kind of landscaping. I don't know if that landscaping can be cheerful, but yeah, I hope you get what I mean by this. So yeah, I wanted to tone it down and bring it back to the origins with a lot of those get together debug rocks, which I like a lot. And next to one of these areas here, I will put like a pool, because like every house that I build has to have a pool. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this, but I just am. But yeah, I think that now we will be working on the backyard a bit. I kind of jumped back and forth from the interior to the exterior. Like, it's kind of what I do, because as I often tell you, I get bored pretty quickly of like some aspects of building. Like, I work on the landscaping and then I feel like actually furnishing something, so I would just jump back to the interior and then back to the exterior because I got bored of furnishing a bedroom. And that's kind of like a messy process, but I can't force myself to do otherwise. And I don't think it's actually so confusing, because yeah, it's just how things came together. So I want it also to be like true to you, if that makes sense. So I don't want to mess my process because it's very precarious, if that's even a word. Okay, I looked it up and it's actually a word, which I didn't think it was. I just thought it was me making up words based on my Italian vocabulary, which was fun. Yeah, but that's not the point. We are back inside, as I was telling you, and then we will, I think, go back outside at some point. Just working on the landing area, nothing too interesting. It's actually pretty bare. The ensuite, no, the master suite, the master bedroom here is pretty luxurious. I gave Bella a vanity, and I initially gave them 2 dressers, but then I got rid of one because I wanted to have a separate room for the toilet in the bathroom. I thought it was more glamorous like that. Rich people don't have the toilet in the same room as the shower, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not a rich person, so I couldn't tell you from my own personal experience, but that's what I heard and what I see in movies. And also I thought that the bathroom was very like over the top, so I wanted also to give it that extra detail of the toilet not being in the same room as everything else, because yeah, that's what I grasped from movies and TV shows, I don't know. And I also thought that this mirror wall was kind of fitting for the personality, especially of Bella. I think that she, as for the butler suite, she basically decided everything about the house. And I also forgot to hit record here. No surprises there. I always do. I always forgot about stuff, about recording especially. It happens so much. I hate it when it happens, but yeah, it wasn't important because I had to fiddle a lot more on this bathroom, so it wasn't like an actual loss. The missing recording, it was actually kind of nice not to have to edit that one too. But yeah, I wanted to say something else and I totally forgot, of course. Yeah, I was saying that she, like Bella, had a lot of power in the decisions for the house, and I think it also reflects on the cast makeover that I did, because every character, every sim of the household, even though it's not Bella, they have some red in their outfits, because I think that maybe she gifted those pieces of clothing to her family members, or maybe she suggested like to Cassandra, oh, that one looks so good on you, you should like wear it more often. And of course she was talking about something red because she loves red on everything and on anyone. And yeah, I thought that was a nice touch for also for the makeover, and I like carried this thought on with this makeover. And as you can see, we are decorating the last rooms, which are the office, Cassandra's room, and also Alexander's room. And I like how Cassandra's room turned out. I was not so happy, like there's still something I'm not 100% happy with, and I can't really get what. But yeah, I think it's a nice room nonetheless, and I think she would like it here. I also added some things for the cat, because in my new, like quoting marks, new version of the Goths, I gave them a black cat. And I think the cat really likes Cassandra and spends a lot of time in her bedroom, so I managed to give them 2 pet beds, one for the room and one for the small glass space, like glass roof space there, a scratching post and a little toy. And this is Alexander's room. I gave him a ton of books because he's a bookworm, so I basically, on top of his bed, I placed 5 shelves, 5, 6, I don't even know, maybe, I don't know, we'll see together. But then I basically filled those shelves with books, like I placed them one by one, and I thought it was realistic for a kid who loves reading so much as he does. And also I think it was a kind of nice piece of decor, so that's maybe why I didn't add a ton of stuff on the walls. So yeah, you can see it, you will see it coming together in just a second. And I also kind of displayed all his projects on that other dresser there next to the door, and I placed that Lego thing you can play on. It's not Lego, of course, but kind of looks like it. And that Void Critter station, Void Critter things you can play with, like I think you can play on it with another person, like just that thing with, just like that game, which I don't know the name in English. Again, I looked it up and it's called Battleship. I know it's not that, it's like Void Critters, but it looks like that game there. I don't know, I have one here like in my house, and it looks kind of like that one, so it always reminds me of that one more than Void Critters and whatnot. And yeah, so I guess he also has his own private balcony with some toys, some like that science table. And finally we will be decorating the office, which is very simple. And so yeah, I think I will end this voiceover, this weird voiceover right here. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me building the Goths house, or rebuilding it, because yeah, I wouldn't call it a renovation, because it's actually so much different from the original. It's not even a renovation anymore. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye everybody.